Hi, everybody. It's Jessie Scott, aka Chevy Scott, on my Instagram and YouTube, and I'm on the Whimsy channel again today. I'm going to be playing with this super fun die set. This is the Haunted Graveyard Border die set. And then I have these little kids. This is the Running Scared die set. I keep pushing it off screen, sorry. Uh, and then the last class, I was using the sentiments from the Grunge Ghosts. And so I'm going to be getting that back out because I think I might end up not having room for a sentiment without having to emboss on the black. And I don't have fun doing that. And these are already made, and I was just using them last week, so I can use them again. All right, so let's get down to the table and have some fun. All right, so I'm really curious about what I'm going to do with this sentiment. So I actually have both of these out. This is from the card from last week where I'd cut these apart, and I told you there was going to be extra sentiments anyway, so I might use them for other things. I'm thinking I might use "'Tis the Night of Spooky Delights" for this one. Not sure. But also another fun thing, since I'm going to have probably the little children silhouettes running away from a haunted house. I think that you could also use the "get me out of here." So I'm not sure what we're going to use. So let me get these off and we'll start making some stuff to play with. All right, getting out a card base. I think I might just be brave and start ink blending directly on here because I'm crazy like that. So let me get some inks out. So I saw a card around, so I'm going to attempt to do it. We'll see if it can be done with distress inks, or maybe they used oxides. We never know. So I'm just getting my trusty purple Scotch tape, delicate surface. I think I only need this much. I'm just gonna tape this down so I don't accidentally ink up the inside of my card like I love to do. All right, and then I'm just gonna put a little, stick it to it down here. All right, now we can have some fun. So the color that I started with in their card is this gorgeous bright yellow. So hopefully this is going to be bright enough. And the goal here is that they actually had, so I Googled um, Halloween ink blends distress. So in theory, this was done with a distress ink. But what I'm going to do is use that haunted house, and it'll look really fun. Obviously, I don't need the yellow at the bottom because I'm going to have the house. So I've already cut this out. Let me show you what I'm thinking. So I've already cut this out, the whole panel. I'm thinking the hang off, I might actually cut it and kind of slide it behind. This might be kind of cool, but I'm not sure how much I wanted to show. I do want to try to use a sentiment strip probably, so I would need to have at least that much. So maybe my yellow needs to come up a little more. So I'm kind of thinking I want the yellow to go all the way across. So I'm just going to make that line, and then we know where we want to be. And it's okay if we don't have a perfect inky blend here, because I'm going to splatter it with things so it shall blend. So then I want to go to the orange. This is ripe persimmon. What I was using was mustard seed, if you couldn't see that. So we're going to switch to an orange. Just go all the way across and then start blending that in. Wunderbar. Just give us some orange up here to blend in with the purple. So I'm going to have to probably go back over this a little bit because my purple is nice and juicy. This is the Wilted Violet And I love this color, but it does come in a little hot and heavy sometimes. So I think I'm going to bring this in from the top and work it into the orange. And then, like I said, we'll go back over this and blend this all back out. I like how I said it was nice and juicy, and then apparently it's dried out and I need to re-ink it a little bit if I want it to be that way again. As I'm getting a little too aggressive and coming down into my yellow. But that's okay. The beauty of distress inks is that you can keep going. Yeah, this is so beautiful and bright. I'm really liking this. Okay. Then I'm going to bring in this Uncharted Mariner. Beautiful dark blue. And they had a lot more room on the card I'm looking at. So they actually were able to have a little bit more of a stark ending to their blend. But we're going to make this work. So I'm just going to speed this up real quick. All I'm doing is going back over with all these different colors again until I get the consistency I like and that blend that I'm looking for. And I actually decided to go in a little more heavier with the Villainous Potion, and I like this look a lot better. So I just have that trusty spray bottle that's great for all your home adventures as well as crafty ones. I think I want some blurps in there too. Okay. And then just a spare paper towel, because it's always fun to grab that up. And then we're just going to clean up around the area. And then I've got to decide what kind of splatter do I want. They used a white, and I think it looks really, really cool against all the black that you add onto it for the oh, look at that. Especially if we're going to put it up high like that. Oh, I love that. Okay, so we think the white might be fun, huh? Oh, and they had a moon. I probably could have masked off the moon. That probably would have been smart. But we do actually have circle dies that come with this, and so we can just cut a moon and just slap it on there. We could just have it behind the house. So maybe we'll do that real quick. Okay, so here's a white cut out with that smallest circle, and I want to maybe give it a yellowish kind of look, and I think since we already did yellow, it should already be, oh yeah, it's already on here. Perfection. Okay, so now we're giving it that little bit of an eerie glow, and then if we are kind of sitting it here and then sticking, see, that's nice. So we could have that there, and then I cut out some of those little children. Not quite sure which ones I want running for their lives, but we've got a few choices. This guy's really hauling it. I feel like he would win, so we should probably give him a chance. Maybe. Oh, he looks like he's really going when you put him up on his toes. I want to splatter it. We need room for the box. All right, so I'm just gonna put this in here, tape and all. And I like using the Dr. P.H. Martin's Bleed Proof Right, but everybody has their own particular taste. So I just scoop out a little bit, oops, as I get white everywhere. And then I just mix it with a little bit of water. I'm gonna try to test this consistency out. This is a little bit bigger. I was looking for some fine splatter. There we go. We're getting it now. All right. We're just going to let that dry real quick. And I can speed this up with a heat gun too. And just kind of darken up the edges just a smidge because I'm crazy. Also, I'm going to be putting this black on it, so you kind of don't want like a yellow edge anyway. So this will kind of just give it that little bit of black on the edge that makes it a little less stark when we're putting the dye on there. The yellow won't stick out. You could also use a marker on the edge there, and I might actually do that just to get an extra dark look there, because it's just getting messy. Not really helping. Okay, but after I splatter, I like to do this just because the white splatter gets on the edges, and so I like to kind of just soften that splattered edge kind of look. So it just takes a little bit off that stark white edging that it kind of gave. Get the marker out on the edge here. It's going to make me happier for sometimes when I do the, okay. So I'm going to glue this down, but I did say I thought I might add this to the background as another layer. But does it take away from the background is what I'm wondering. Do we want more of the background? More room for someone to be running from? Oh, and before I glue this down, I do like to add a little bit of haze. Let me see if I have it out yet. Nope. This is why I like having oxides out. And the purples are really fun. Add a little bit of fun haze to some of these black pieces. So that's another reason why we need to untape this so we can start adding some fun in here. So, okay. So you can just kind of touch up the edges and it gives it this little purpley glow. This is totally up to you. Like, I just like, it gives it like an eerie look to me. And I kind of like just dabbing it on the edges. So I don't know if you can kind of see that, but you get this little purple glow. And I was wondering if that would look interesting. Yep, I like it. So let's do it for every other piece we've got going on right now. If you have it on a black paper, see how it still kind of stands out. So that's a little fun. You can have a silhouette on a silhouette and still have it visible if you do it that way. We decide, so this is when I take my pictures and I compare side by side. Do I want this guy running for his life, tripping? You're gonna have the sentiment popped up in the center. So let me take a picture so I can compare. And then I'm going to try it out with adding in the tree and having a little bit more depth there, and then still having somebody running for their lives. Okay. All right. So now, which one do we like better? I think I'm going to have the tree. Okay. I think the tree work, which means we need to glue it together and then trim it off because now it's going to have to be a little wonky the way I put it in. So what I'm going to do is going to hold this down And I'm just going to flip this up and just get some glue going underneath so we can remove this and trim it. And then we'll have to remember that's the kid we were choosing too. That's another good reason to take a photo because, yeah, I have taken the pieces off and then go, oh, I don't know how to put that back. It looked so good before, I swear. And then it didn't. Okay, so trimming that off. Look, perfection. And now all that's left is just assembling everything. So I'm just gluing that whole panel flat down to the card base. And then I'm going to pop this up on some foam tape. I'm choosing black because I have a black background. And I'm using that T-square from Pear Blossom Press to line this up perfectly centered and lined up straight. And then I'm going to, oops, forgot to sneak in the moon. So I'm sneaking that in and I'm spending way too much time deciding where these bats go. But I finally decide and there we go. And then I was trying to fit in 2 kids, but it's just not working. And here we go, trimming that off. And then what do we always do? We mark our cards. So let's get out that stamp. And then I thought that little ghosty might actually look really cute. I'm really happy how this turned out. I hope you're inspired to make a Halloween card today. See you next time. Bye.